Okay, we're going to do a fox here, a little bit different than you do on a coon. Everything fur you want clean and dry, like everything, but you're not going to cut up high here because you're not leaving a window on a fox. What we're going to do is we're going to go right on the fur line, right up here to the vent, and then we're going to just trim this part, trim the private parts off. But that's all we're going to do on that. You do not cut a window on a fox. So come in here and just kind of slide right up on that line. And what I do is I'll go across right in front of the vent. And then you continue right up your color line, right up here to this other ankle. Okay, now come in here, down your tail just a little bit, put your knife in, and you're going to go up on both sides of the vent, and you're going to join this cut. Now right here at the hip, it gets a little bit tight. Back in, come up the other side of the vent, and we're going to go up here and we just joined that cut. I go ahead and I'll start this one up here, and again cut from the inside out. Once you got it started, you can generally thumb this around on a fox. Okay, you got it around, slide your knife in and just cut out. Now take this one and carefully pull down. Okay, we got a little bit of meat started. Get that meat broke loose. You get down here to the hip is where you got to be careful, because if you pull too hard and you pop over it, you can start tearing it right up the back. So you just want to pull there. We got our hip open. Okay. The belly, I just strip the belly down, and I'm going to go ahead and cut across right in front of the organs here. And we're going to just join this other cut. Now this was a roadkill. The guy said he just clipped it in the head, but it's already starting to look like there's a little bit more than a head clip in there. But anyway, what I'll do is I'll go ahead, and while this is hanging, since red fox are easy to strip, I just go ahead and peel it down, and then we'll work this one over. Again, work your thumb around, strip it down, and cut through. Now you can take this one and pull it back. Remember, be careful with this hip. You don't tear it right up into the back. Strip that down on your tail, and then we're going to end up just like everything else. Fox, a lot of times you can use the fingers. I'm going to go ahead and put the stripper on it. Pull the bone out of the tail. Don't pull the tail off the bone. Sometimes you can tear things. Just pull the bone out of the tail. Again, go ahead and split it while you're thinking about it. And you're ready to go. I'm going to back the camera up so we can see when we pull, and hopefully it's not going to come apart on us. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and make a little relief cut right here in each leg for when we do pull it down. Just kind of go right up to about to the elbow. It'll just make a pull over a little bit easier. Well, okay, we're carefully going to try to get this started where things are kind of coming apart. Okay, once we got it going, you just get on and pull. Up here to the front legs, just kind of work in there a little bit. thumb in there. You can poke a steel in there too if you want. I'm being a little gentle on this because he's not in real good shape. And when you pull down, see it's also pulling on the neck. It's starting that neck down up over the head. Same thing on this side. Work your thumb through. I did see he had some damage from getting hit there. It actually went clear through. So be careful we don't tear that. So we got legs pulled out, cut through. Again, you're cutting everything from the inside as much as you can instead of cutting through the hair. Be a lot easier on the knife. Now we're going to give another little pull, and this should pull right over to the ears. Okay, you just saw the issue with roadkills. They can be a little bit unpredictable on how they're going to hold together. So we'll strip this a little bit. Hopefully the other leg holds on. Then we pull down, and now you got your ears showing. I don't strip ears. What I do is, see, work my thumbs down in here. That ear is partially turned. This meat back here, whether it's a fox or a coyote, this is what will give you a problem drying. So if you go ahead and pull this down, when you put it on the stretcher, you can pull that out so this gets air, and then it's not an issue. So we got pulled down over the top of the head. Come back here, cut through. You don't need to leave way down on the ear butt. So there's almost no meat left on it this way. Same thing here. And from here on out, it's just going to be like pretty much anything else. You're going to use your finger holes for pressure. Again, eye and the corner of the mouth, basically at the same time. There's the eye. There's the corner of the mouth. Down a little bit further. You've got room here on this lower jaw. A cut there, and it's loose. Touch on this side. Touch on that side. Roll it around. Now we're on the cartilage. Past the bone, so just cut through. Okay, there's not a whole lot in the way of fleshing on a red fox. Want to hit this little bit of meat up here on the head. You see how the ears are pulled out. Talked about that when I skinned it. Clean that up. If there's hemorrhage like this one from the roadkill, you want to try to squeeze most of that hemorrhage out. On the body, you're basically going to leave a saddle like a muskrat. So we've got a little bit of fat here at the leg, and then we're going to have some fat down low. Yellow fat like this here on the throat. Let's push that off. Get that red meat that's under the leg. And then there's going to be fat down here. Right in the belly area is about the only fat you're going to see on a red fox. A little bit in the chest and a little bit down here on the belly. That red there from the hemorrhage, we want to squeeze that out to make it dry better. Little red meat on this one. We got some meat down here at the end from when we opened it. That's pretty much all there is to fleshing a red fox. You got that yellow fat in the groin area, you got yellow fat in the armpits, a little bit of meat on the edges usually from where you skinned it, and right at the top here, get some red meat and a little bit of fat out of there. And that's pretty much it, and it's ready to go on the stretcher. Okay, we put a red on I use a little bit lighter weight wire than I do for the coon. I really like the old Peerless stretchers. Just like everything else. Slide him up in there. Give a little pull on those legs. Hold down on the tail and then let your pressure off. And go up. We're going to hook here at the base of the tail. And we're just going to snug it. That's all we're going to do. Flip him over. Bring the legs around. I go ahead and hook a couple of them, a couple of teeth on a fox leg, spread it out a little bit since we're not trimming, we're not taking a window out. Same thing on this side. And then just give a little pull and just make it snug. That's all you want to do on a fox. Now we got problems here because of it being a roadkill and it's actually slipping a little bit. You probably saw it on the knife. Actually, when I was opening it, saw a lot of fur coming out. But all we're going to do, I was real careful in here because I didn't want to tear it more. Little trim there. And that leg I'm going to go ahead and shorten a touch. And same with this one. A little bit of meat. I just made another hole trying to get that meat off. It's not going to matter on this one. On the head, this meat that I rolled down with the knife, I'll go ahead and pick it up, trim that off. Check the nose is up on top of the wire, so we're good to go there. Always put your fox up fur in first and then turn them. It doesn't matter if you put air blowing up in there or anything. If you're on wire, the wire causes a reaction if you put this raw skin up to it, and that is going to make a burnt strip right down there. And then when you go to dress them, you're going to have a back half and a front half because those sides are going to blow wide open. So leave it for about a day and then flip it. You know, as soon as the moisture is gone off of here and it won't react with the wire, you're ready to go ahead and flip it. Simple to do on a fox. I'll show you that. We'll finish this up tomorrow. I'll show you how to turn it. So he's ready to hang up and dry. Okay, this fox has been on a little longer than it should before turning. It's been on about a week, but it's still going to be real simple to turn on the wire. All we're going to do, obviously we have to unhook. Okay, we're going to pull it up off the stretcher just a little bit. Okay, we've got it to where the nose is up over. Bend that nose and poke it right through the wire. Okay, now you got the nose up the other side. Got my foot in there and I'm going to pull up. So we've got the nose pushed through the wire. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to go back here, put your foot in it, take these hips and get them started rolling. And you're just going to pull the fox right up. That nose holds it in there. And just, okay, you've just inverted him. Pull that little bit out on the head. This one said it was there for about a week, so that nose isn't going to turn real easy. And we got to push back through to look half decent. And we're just going to go ahead, slide the wire back up in. Get it up there, kind of hold head shape. It's pretty well dry the way it is. The legs are short, so there's nothing really to pull out there. You can, if you think it's a little damp down in there, slide a mink board up in here and then turn it so it's on edge and it'll spread. It'll get a little more air to it. Real good idea on coyotes after you turn them. So we'll take and brush him up a little bit. There's no need to hook these anymore. He's not going to go anywhere. We're just going to hold it and let it finish drying up a little bit and he'll be ready to go.